For I am jealous of you with godly jealousy, if I have espoused you to one husband, that I may present you as a chaste virgin to Hamashiach. Giving all praises to Yahweh, Bahasham Yahushai, Bahasham Rachak, double honor to the apostles and elders, a great millstone that rule well, and labor in the word and doctrine. So that was 2 Corinthians 11 and 2. That's an epistle from Apostle Paul, tongue twister there. That's an epistle to the Corinthians, them in Corinth, right? So these were Gentiles, and we won't go too zooming into that. These were Gentiles, meaning they were Israelites following the ways of the other nations, right? Called to be saints, I believe it says in the first chapter of 1 Corinthians. So that aside, that's a video in itself. We've done plenty upon plenty, and I'm sure we'll do plenty more, Lord willing. The whole point is we are to be a chaste virgin, and the irony is, because we were Gentiles, that meant we were following the ways of the other nations, right? We were unto their gods, so we were already blemished, right? So what is it that's making us whole? It's the faith in Yahushai, the faith in Yahweh Bahasham Yahushai, which makes us whole, right? Without that, we are as blemished, right? Our Pesach Noah, our Passover, is the Messiah, right? The one the world ignorantly calls Jesus Christ. He is our Passover, right? That's why he's likened to a lamb without spot nor blemish. But we, prior to this truth, prior to this, the cleansing, right, by the washing the water, which is the word, pertaining to Ephesians chapter 5 verse 26, John chapter 15 verse 3, and there's various other places that it mentions water as word. You have hewn to yourself broken cisterns, without water. Similarly, the idea of wine, and that goes into the same idea of the virgins. 5 were wise and 5 were foolish, right? That's a 10. Similarly to 7, 10 is also a number of completion. That'll be so you'll be tried 10 days. So 5 and 5, that's partitioning, or that's symbolic of the good and the bad, if you like. Just put it in plain terms. Them that are righteous through the faith in Yahushai, and those that are left with their own blemishes. However, these Gentiles that were being preached to here, they were espoused to Hamashiach. But the fact is, they were into the Greek ways, right? The Corinthians is 2 whole epistles. Yeah, you have 1 Corinthians and 2 Corinthians, or 1 Corinthians, 2 Corinthians, which, depending on where you come from, is how it's pronounced. Now, these are the biggest and longest epistles, man. These are some long epistles, because the Corinthians were going off, right? The Corinthians were going all the way off, man. Women ruling over in churches, men with long hair, right? So turning the masculine feminine and the feminine masculine, right? That is the whole idea of the elite, right? The elect of this world, right? Not the elect of the world to come, which Lord willing we may be a part of, but them that are elite, them that are chosen out by the Heavenly Father for the rulership of the wicked, right? For the prince of the power of the air. So the wise virgins, what did they do? They took oil, right? And the oil represents understanding, right? The word, understanding of the word, right? You might have the word, you have no understanding. You always have that, the clean-shaven, beardless, doing a pork munching, basically doing all kind of iniquities, what I'm trying to get at. And he'll tell you, I've read the Bible 3,000,002 times, cover to cover, cover to cover. So you already know, so you can't tell him shit, right? Because he knows it already in his head. But there's a thing of reading, and there's a thing of reading with understanding, right? Is it not written? Understand the Ethiopian eunuch. Understand us what thou readest. And he said, what? How can I, except some man should guide me? Okay? So you can have the word without the understanding. So the washing of the water comes by the word. And when you go into the virgins that went with the oil, and some without, that is the understanding of the word, right? The virgins, they never had or they ran out, you know. But you have to keep your lamp oiled, right? It's all good, like they say in an aircraft, you know, if you crash, the oxygen masks come out, or a disaster happens and the oxygen masks come out, please assist yourself before assisting others, because you can't help anyone breathe if you can't fucking breathe, right? If you've got no oxygen in your lungs, it's only a matter of time before you know, expire. So first, to be able to teach you understanding, you need to, you know, be topping up that oil, man. You know, getting into it, going over it, and maintaining, occupying it in prophecy. Right, that's what you should be occupied in. Right, the words occupation and profession pertain to secular jobs. Well, really, your occupation, you should be occupied in prophecy. In your profession, you profess the word Yahweh Shai HaMashiach. I'm not saying be a bum and don't have a job. I'm not using it in a secular sense. But I'm saying that our true occupation, our true job, in the colloquial understanding, right, in the common man's speech understanding occupation, our first job is this word. Our first wife is this word, wisdom. Wisdom is your first wife, man. Right, saying to wisdom, thou art my assistant, call understanding thy kinswoman. Right, the scriptures that refer to wisdom as a wife as well. Right, to love her, to be, you know, comforted by her, to have that pillar of rest. Well, what the wife's meant to be, have that in wisdom. Okay, you have that in wisdom. That's your first wife. So the ministry, you know, going forth, that is a job, that is a profession, and that's the whole point, that we may become chaste, maintain chastity once attained. Now, chastity is that. This is why I wanted to zoom in on this one specifically, because chastity has it means it goes back to the Latin castus, that you have the caste system in India, or you had, you know, like you've heard the term probably half caste, quarter caste, talking about, you know, ethnic group, or the secular way of understanding nationality and race and lineage. So castus, it means clean, pure. So you have them that are at the top of the caste, right? So in E's system, it's E. You know, then anyone that mimics or looks a bit like that. You know, then you have Jake at the bottom, and varying shades and cultures in between. That's his caste. That's his castus, right? To be made clean. So you're born clean, or you're meant to be. You know, born clean, and then you lose chastity. It also pertains to virginity as well. So a girl is born a virgin, right? And then you can only lose chastity, you know, so to maintain chastity up until marriage, or the marriage ceremony, you know, was a big thing in many cultures in the ancient times. Now, this, I'm waffling around the point, but this Corinth, right? These people were Greeks, man. They were following the ways of the Greeks, the ways of the Gentiles. They were all up in that Greek folly and foolishness, right? Long hair. Greek, you get the term gym. Oh, I'm just going to the gym. Oh, I'll call you back, I'm at the gym. Right? That means, comes from gymnos or gymnos, which means naked, literally to train naked. A gymnasium is a place where you train naked. That comes from the Greeks. That's the sort of culture that was being pushed out at the time. So that's what all the wayward Israelites, the once lost, now found, are black and brown, and varying shades, all shades. You know, your lineage don't pertain to your shade, just to throw that out there before someone goes, well, you said. Right, but chastity here is therefore attained. The washing of the water made them pure, made them chaste, made them clean. The washing of the water, which is the word, right, that's what's cleaning people. So if you've been in folly, in wickedness, in iniquity, then you can become chaste. Right? Even though we need to be a chaste virgin, it doesn't mean we need to be born pure. And it talks about in Revelation 14:4, these are them, I think it's 14:4, but these are them, or is it? Let's have a look. These are they which were not defiled with women, for they are virgins. Just how wisdom is a woman, these other doctrines are women as well, right? To keep thee from the strange woman. right? It talks about that in Proverbs as well. So other doctrines are also known as women. Why? Because they seduce you, right? They seduce you. So to be kept away from women is not to be defiled by doctrines. So once you've got that chastity, you maintain your chastity. You know, you don't throw it away. Once you've become a virgin, you don't throw it away. You get me? So I'll leave it there, call it a quick hit. You know, on to the next one, Lord willing. All praises to Yahweh, Bahasham Yahweh Shai, Bahasham Rachak Kudash. Praise edifying, exalting on to the next one, Lord willing. Shalom.